That's weird. This video and it's going to be a pain in the butt. Looks like it only takes for a few minutes, and then I gotta start over with a new one. So I want to make a collage of these, I reckon.
Yeah, you're gonna need a video edit.
Okay, so I've got another one for the bracket right there. It's also a grounding point wire. Just take the bolt out, we'll be all right. Okay. Now I can pull this cruise control brain up out of the way, place it over there. I will remove this vacuum line here to the that goes to the charcoal canister, like that. I'll move that one out. And then we've got a clip here for the map sensor. Looks like somebody's already broke it, so all we gotta do is pull down on it. We've got a temperature sending. Oh, this is gonna be not temperature. This is gonna be something like mass airflow or something. I don't think coolant. Yeah, coolant doesn't go to that. This one's got a real clip on the bottom. You see that little L shape in the clip? You've got to put your finger on it, pull down on that, and pull it out. That's how those come out. All right, I've got another hose over here. I'm not sure if that's vacuum or gas, but that's gotta come out as well. So it's just a squeeze together clamp. Come on now. Come on. One. There we go. Got it down. Okay. Okay, that's vacuum. It's not gas. Good. Now, to keep as much together as possible is the best way to do it. So on this map sensor, I'm just going to take the 2 bolts out of it and unplug this vacuum line that goes into the manifold. Also, this vacuum line here I'm going to pull out. Alright. I think those are 12. It's half. Okay. Pause this. Okay, so I got my 2 bolts out of the map sensor. Twist it down so that it breaks the seal on the vacuum line. And then we'll wiggle it off. Like that. Okay. We'll place that up here by the windshield wipers for now. Along with the 2 bolts that go with, actually the 2 bolts we'll put back in here so that we know where they go, because there's a bunch of different size bolts. Sometimes it's best just to place them back in the holes if you got room for them. This came loose with it when I took it off, so that's good. We can move this hose back out of the way also. And that opens us up for being able to get down here to the spark plug wires. I give them a good twist and hope that breaks them free. Yes, okay. There's that one. That one feels good and moving real good. Hopefully that one will come out without too much of an hassle. Let's see if I can get this positioned where you can see something. Boy, it's hell trying to place this camera somewhere so you guys can see what's going on. Let's try that. Okay. Two-handed again. Oh, God. This feels like this is going to be another one that's going to break on us. Don't know yet, but it sure feels like it. Grief, man. I'll get this bracket out of here. Well, I'm gonna pause on that one and work on this this bracket here, because it has to come off in order to get the valve cover off eventually anyway. It's a stabilizing bracket for the upper intake plenum. It bolts down, clear down here by the exhaust manifold. So I'm going to pause the video and take them. One's a nut, you can barely see it, and the other one's underneath, you can't see, so I'm going to get those two out. Okay, my bracket's removed. Now I'm going to remove the bolts from my fuel line here and here, and I should be able to just move it up out of the way. So let me pull those out and I'll be back. To ease this a little better, I'm going to go ahead and pull this charcoal canister out. Squoze this hose, this clamp together and pulled back, got that hose off. There's a 10mm bolt back here, loosened it up. Right there. It goes into this slider, and then this comes right on out of here. That gives me better access to the valve cover. Alright, I will be back in a moment. I'm going to try to get these spark plug wires off, and I'll be right back. Alright, success on this side, didn't break one. So we got those off. Now we're going to come and pull the whole wire set out of the vehicle, and we're going to set it down over here. That way we know which side goes to where. And then back over here, I had to take this ground off. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take out these two bolts here, and I've already taken the bolt out under here for this bracket. And there's another one or not? No, I think that's it. Then I'll lift this coil pack assembly out of the way. Of course, there's a clip here on this. You lift up on these and pop them out. The same with these. Same thing, lift, pull them out. There's one back here I've already gotten out. Oh, I wanted to show you these ones. This is a different type of clip. These ones, you've got to actually push in on this part. It's kind of a pain. You got to push in and pull up at the same time. Like that. So get the very end of the top part of that right there. Push in on it. These hoses weren't in the way, a little easy. There we go. Pull them right out. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm still working on this bracket here. And you see this hard pipe tube. It's actually a vacuum line. It goes to the, it's positive crankcase ventilation. It goes to the valve cover over here. So I'm going to take that loose, get that hose off of there. And then it's a welded together another pipe right here that I'll have to get the hose off from down below here. Let's see if we can get you a picture of that. Where's my finger? My finger's there. There's the hose. Move this electrical out of the way. There's the hose there. Okay, so we'll have to get that hose off of there. And then that was to the air cleaner, which we already pulled off. And this goes to the bottom of the throttle body. We'll have to get that off to pull the whole hose pipe assembly out. Be back in a minute. Okay, I got my hose assembly out and my coil pack assembly out. And if you'll see here, this particular hose, it was going and it was rotten. It split coming off. So it's a good thing we're getting in here like this right now. These hoses are often neglected on these cars because they're such a pain to get to. And they're all over the place. They're going into the throttle body here. There'll be more in the back once we get this upper plenum off, you'll see more hoses in there too. And we're going to replace them all just to make sure that we don't have an overheating problem once again with this vehicle. So I'm going to now get my my ground off here. I'm going to take my throttle loose, get my bolts out there. And instead of taking this loose here, what you want to do is take this bolt out of this bracket, take the whole bracket off, and then I'll show you how to get this. Actually, I can do that right now. If you lift up on here, on this cable like this, you'll see the little slot. And you get this to slide right out. I couldn't hold the camera and do that at the same time, but that's how it just slides out, that little slot right there. Alright, let that go. And we'll go back to that.